It's lit. Welcome to the call, family. I'm excited to be here as I am each and every single Monday. As you saw when you first came on the call, you should have saw convention, right? 10 days left until convention. And it's not even a question if you got to be plugged in. Like at this point, if you ain't made a decision, where you watching it at, who you watching it with, all that, getting your pizza together and all that. Listen, you got to be plugged in without a doubt. Convention is going to be next level. This business, guys, ultimately is built from event to event, convention to convention. But because of the state of the world, obviously we haven't been able to have one. And here we are now in November, and we're having the virtual one. Now, because it's virtual, that doesn't mean that, you can be lackadaisical, not plugged in and all that. Ultimately, family, you got to be plugged in, right? This convention is going to change the landscape of this company. What's going to be released at convention is going to give us another vertical to increase revenue as a company, increase revenue as an organization based on what's going to be announced at convention. So I'm super excited about that, man. I remember going to conventions and physical conventions and knowing the vibe, knowing what it did for me, right? Every single time I went, I learned something new. I got a higher level of awareness. My perspective was broadened because I'm able to hear people's stories. It makes you understand that what you're going through, it ain't that bad. What you're going through, you're not the only person going through it. Other people have overcame it. Other people have won from that same situation that you may be battling with right now. And that's why you got to be plugged in, because you never know what person is going to give you that oomph that you need to really take it to the next level. On top of that, then we have the retreat, the Tulum Escape in Mexico in December. Make sure that you're sending in your qualifications. You enroll somebody, you hit a new rank, send that stuff in, because if you don't send it in, we're not gonna know, right? We're not gonna know who actually got the most points and all that. And you don't want to be a person that has a lot of points, but you never sent anything in. And you don't want to be a person that wins and you don't have a passport. So make sure that you're putting yourself in position to at least be there by having your passport, right? And on top of that, I feel like I just feel like doing some more giving. That's how I feel, Darnell. I just feel like I want to do some more giving. More. Is anybody excited about more? Just drop more in the chat if you're excited about more giving. Because I was thinking today, and you know what I was thinking about? I said, the majority of people that are going to get on this call, because this call was about backtracking your success. That's what it was about. But then I recognized that most people on the call are not platinum ranked yet. They're not, platinum 150s and platinum 600s and all that stuff. Yeah, I said, what can we do? Or, what could we do that motivate everybody else to go out there and do the work so they can have something to actually backtrack? Because for the majority of people on this call right now, you can't necessarily look in your planner and say, this is what I was doing 6 months ago to get me where I'm at. Because a lot of us, maybe we weren't plugged in 6 months ago, or maybe we haven't made that decision to build the business 6 months ago, or maybe we weren't, focused on trading 6 months ago. But I said, you know what? I want to do something for them over the next couple of weeks or so. So here's what I'm going to do. This is how we're going to start the call off, right? So if you're not a platinum 150 on the call right now, I want you to drop 150 in the chat if you're not a platinum 150, meaning your back office, it ain't great because you're not a platinum 150. All right, guys, now look at all these platinum 150s that are not, these people, the individuals on the call that are not platinum 150s. I want you to look at this, because I really believe that each and every single one of you can be a platinum 150. I really do. Just look at the names of the people that we have. We have Josh, we have Michelle, we have Jamie, we have a few people, we have Nika, we have a few people who are not platinum 150. So for all my people who may be platinum 150 or higher right now, what I want you to drop in the chat box is a get it done. I want you to drop a get it done in the chat box for the individuals that are not platinum 150 right now. Because this promo is for anybody, but it's primarily for the individuals who are not platinum 150. Matter of fact, if you're a platinum 1000, you can't even participate in this. If you're platinum 1000 or higher, you can't even participate in this. It ain't for you. It's for the individuals who are customers, platinum 150s or platinum 600s, right? So this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. How many weeks I want to run this for? I'm going to run this for, today's the 26th. I'm going to run this until no, let me pull up my calendar. It's the 26th. I'm going to run this until November the 9th. All right. So this promo is going to run for 14 days, November the 9th. Right. Write it down in your planner. Keep track of it. And remember, this is only for the individuals who are not platinum 1000 or above. Right. This is what I'm going to do. But you got to do something. What you got to do, right? You got to sponsor 3 customers. You got to sponsor 3 customers. Somebody drop "that's it" in the chat, because that's all you got to do. Like, that's it. You got to sponsor 3 individuals inside of the business. 3 customers, right? That's all you got to do. Now, for every person that does that, sponsor the 3 customers, right? Your name is going to go in a hat. Just how we're going to do a drawing for Mexico, we're going to do another drawing because I just feel compelled to give, right? So we have the drawing for Cancun or for Mexico, Tulum, and then we're going to have another drawing November 9th. Now, for this drawing, the only thing that you have to do, right, is sponsor 3 customers from today, October 26th, until November the 9th. That's 2 weeks. So if you're not a platinum 150, you got 2 weeks to get it done. If you are a platinum rank, platinum 600, platinum 150, guess what you do? You sponsor another 3 people and you put yourself in position, watch this, to win $1,000. All you got to do is sponsor 3 people. All you got to do is sponsor 3 people. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. You sponsor 3 people, you put yourself in position to win $1,000. All you got to do is sponsor 3. Now, for some of us, sponsoring those 3 individuals, that could be the money that we need for our car note. That could be some travel money. That could be rent. That could be somebody's mortgage. And all you're doing is doing what you're supposed to do anyway. And that's serve. That's impact. But now there's something in it for you, right? And what's in it for you is a comma. The winner will be announced on Mindset Mastery on November 9th, right? Is that pretty cool? Let me know in the chat box if that's pretty cool, if that's okay. Is y'all cool with an extra $1,000? Because watch this, you only doing what you've been doing anyway, or what you should have been doing. We got skills camp, we got convention, we done had all this stuff. So you should know exactly what to do to enroll 3 customers into your opportunity, into your business. And let's say you don't even want to build the business. Who don't want an extra $1,000, right, for just impacting somebody else's life? So that's what's going to take place November 9th on, so Mindset Mastery, 2 calls from now, not next week, but the call after that. Somebody's going to win $1,000 on that particular call, right? And what you got to do, right, what you got to do is send in your 3. Don't send it in until you get 3. You want to send it in to your upline, platinum 1000, platinum 2000, platinum 5000. Send it to somebody that's in your upline that can get it to me, right? And again, all this stuff has to be in by November the 8th. November the 8th. Somebody says, what if they get 3 people multiple times? Don't matter, right? Your name goes into the hat one time, right? But the qualifications, they're over November 8th. The call is November 9th, right? But the qualifications are over on that Sunday. You know what? I'll actually keep it open till November the 9th, the qualifications as well. And the reason why is because that's payday, right? But you got to have them in, right? You got to have everything in by, we'll say 8 o'clock. So by 8 o'clock, November 9th, you have to send in your 3 customers. Don't send nothing to anybody until you have a total of 3. Once we have the people that have 3, we're going to write their names down, put it in a drawing, put it in the hat, whatever. And I'm going to pull somebody's name out on the call. And on the call, somebody's going to win $1,000. Platinum 600s can participate. Platinum 150s can participate. Customers can participate. If you're a Platinum 1000 or higher, you cannot participate. It's only for people who are Platinum 600, Platinum 150s, or customers inside of the business. Somebody's going to win $1,000 on November 9th. All right, so I'm super excited to do that. Yes, it's going to be one person. One person is going to win 1,000, but everybody has to do the same amount of work. So if you sponsor 6 people, great. That's what you should have been doing anyway, right? But this promo is for you just doing the bare minimum of 3 people. You plug 3 people in, boom, $1,000 November 9th. I'm going to pull somebody's name out. And again, it can go to anybody. You ain't got to worry about Geo. You ain't got to worry about Brit. Listen, you ain't got to worry about all the top producers. It's for the individuals who are customers, Platinum 600s, or Platinum 150s. You sponsor 3, your name goes into the hat. Boom. Is that clear? Somebody let me know in the chat box if that's pretty clear. That's very simple as well. That's simple. You just do 3 and you got a chance to win 1,000. That's OD. So here's the deal, family. I'm excited for the call. That was all housekeeping stuff. I just wanted to, throw it out there for all my people who haven't hit the rank of Platinum 1000 and all that stuff yet. Because what this does is, watch this. If you're Platinum 1000, you already understand what it feels like to basically earn like $1,000 a month from the company, basically. To some degree. So what I want to do is for the people who are not Platinum 1000, what this $1,000 is going to do is going to encourage you to go Platinum 1000. So you don't just get this $1,000 one time, you get it every single month, because what you're doing is all like you sponsoring 3 people, you keep duplicating that process throughout your organization and you're going to go Platinum 1000. Boom. And then you're going to know what it feels like to get $1,000 every single month. All right. So super excited about that. Let's get this show on the road, man, because again, all that was housekeeping. So this call is really about, number 1, backtracking your success. Because here's the deal. The challenge that a lot of people have is that they become successful or they hit a level of success by accidents, all right? And what I mean by that is some people who hit a rank or have some trading success or whatever the case may be, they don't necessarily know step by step on how they did it, so they can't recreate the process again, right? And if you don't know how you did something, then that means it's an accident. So what we have to learn is how we created the success, how we actually did it. Let me mute it out. Boom. Cool. So we got to know how we did it, because success is it's intentional, it's planned. It's not something that just falls out of thin air. It's something that you actually are intentional about doing, because again, intentionality is what changes your reality. And if we hit a level of success and we don't know how we did it, when the win comes, when the challenges come, when the adversity comes, we're going to fold, because we don't really know how to build it all over again. We don't know how to build the account all over again. So you can catch a signal and go for 150 pips with a decent lot and make some money. But without the signal, can you still do that? See, you can have a leader or somebody who has a level of influence join your business, and they, do a large portion of the work that you would have had to do. But if that person decides to quit, if that person decides that this is no longer for them, do you know how to recreate the success without them? And see, that's the thing about success. You got to know how you did it, because if you know how you did it, you can do it in this industry, you can do it in that industry, you can do it in football, you can do it in network marketing, you can do it in e-commerce. It don't matter, because the laws of success are palatable. And what I love about sports, right, is that after every single game, you don't just play the game and that's all she wrote. After every single game, guess what you got to do? You got to go back and backtrack your failure or backtrack your success, meaning you got to go watch the film. You don't just play a game and don't do anything with the experience. You go back to figure out, okay, how did we win the game? What could we have done better in the game? How did we lose the game? What could we have done better to ensure that we win the game? And in network marketing, in business, you watching the film is basically you analyzing your previous performance, right? You checking your planner, you going through your Instagram, you actually going back to see, how did I create this momentum that I once had? How did I create this momentum that I once had? How do I recreate, or not even just recreate, how do I create this, but the second time I do it, it's even better than the first time? And it's gonna be because you had an idea, right, that was on paper of how you actually got it done. See, knowing how you created success is more important than actually creating it. Because again, somebody can create it, right? Somebody can have the success, but if they don't understand how they actually did it, again, it always will fall, or it'd be hard for you to get it back. So you got to know exactly what you did to understand the skill of trading, or understand that market. You got to know exactly what you did to enroll those 3 customers, because watch this. When you know exactly how you enrolled those 3 customers, guess what you can do? You can teach those 3 customers how to just duplicate what you did, and now they go platinum 150. Yeah, they may not win $1,000 because this promo will be over by then. Who knows? But at the end of the day, you can teach them because you've internalized it. You've learned it. You know exactly what to do to recreate it for yourself, but more importantly, somebody else. So you never want to become successful and not know how you got there. It shouldn't be an accident. It should be very intentional. You should never get into a trade but not know why you're actually getting into that trade. Because if you win, you won't know how to win again. It's just a fluke. You never want to become a chairman, a platinum 5,000, a platinum 2,000, but you don't know how you did it. Because if I don't know how I did it, when the wind comes, because watch this, the wind will come. The wind always comes. And it's easy to be focused. It's easy to be excited. It's easy to look at your goals. It's easy to be motivated and inspired when the wind is blowing you forward. We talked about the wind a lot this year, but a lot of us, we don't know how to react when the wind is now going against us. And the reason why some of us may not know how to react, or, you know, we may feel a little flustered or whatever the case may be, you got to ask yourself, how did I do it the first time? How did I even get here? Because if I know how I got here, then I can just do it again. Yeah, it may take a different person. It may take some new individuals coming into my business. It may take me tweaking a couple of things, watching the film. But essentially, if I know how I did it, then I can just do it again. And that, my friends, is why they call success a science. You ever wonder how a billionaire or a multimillionaire can lose it and get it all back? Is because they understand how they did it. They understand how they did it. It wasn't an accident. And your success should not be an accident. Your success should be planned. Your success should be very intentional. And your success, watch this, should be very duplicatable. Because if your success is planned, if your success is intentional, and your success is duplicatable, that means it's easier for somebody to follow right into your footsteps and do exactly what you've already done. That's what it really boils down to. So you got to decide that you're going to be intentional about your success if you haven't created levels of success in this business. And then if you've already done it, but you're not where it is that you want to be at, you got to backtrack your success and see, okay, how did I get here to where I'm at right now? What were we doing in January, February, March, April, May? What was I doing in June to get me to where I am today? Because if I know how I got here, then it's easier for me to recreate this success to go even further. See, a lot of us, the challenge that we have is we're so focused on getting to something or getting somewhere that we've already been before. Man, if I can just get my account back to this. Man, if I can just get my rank back to this. Wouldn't it be much more cooler to exceed what you've already done? Wouldn't that be much more impactful financially if you can exceed what you've already done? But too many of us are just trying to get back somewhere where we've already been. But see, if we understand how we even got there, how we got here, then it's easy for us to duplicate the process all over again. And that's why you have to know exactly what you're doing as a trader, as a builder, as an entrepreneur, as a leader. You got to know what you're doing because you can now, number one, recreate it, but also teach it to other people. And that is what's going to last because information is only as good as the last person that is shared with. So for you to have the information is great. For you to know how to do it is great. For you to know how to trade is great. Beautiful. Love it. But for you to take that and give it to somebody else is even better because you just indirectly changed this person's life and all you were doing was just being a servant. All you were doing was providing value. All you were doing was looking to go further than you've already been. And that's what this whole ball game is about. It's about going further than because why would I want to do something that I've already done? Why would I want to go somewhere where I've already been? I got to get myself to a place where I want more than what I've already had, more than what I've already experienced. But if I have a blueprint that I can backtrack to see how I at least got here, I can watch the film, make the necessary adjustments so that I can go even further. But you got to know how you got here. You got to know what you were doing. You got to know why you were doing. You got to know the mentality of what you were doing, right? So think about that. Again, what were you doing to get here? Really start backtracking your success. But what we really got to do not only is backtrack our success, but this one is going to be really good for your notes. You want to backtrack your blessings as well. Because a lot of us, we get so caught up on getting there that we forget how blessed we are now. We forget what we've already been through that what we should be so grateful for, back then. But so many times our eyes can be so fixed on, the future and getting somewhere that we're missing the blessings that we have right in front of us. And when we miss the blessings that we have right in front of us, we can't express gratitude for what's already in front of us, meaning we can't access the door for more because we're not grateful for what we have today. So yeah, you got to backtrack your success to know how you did it, but you also got to backtrack your blessings as well. You also got to backtrack everything that you've been saved from as well. Every challenge, because a lot of us on the call tonight, you may be going through a challenge. You may be late on your rent. It's the 26th. You could be late from October 1st, right? Whatever the case may be, you could be late on your car note. Everybody in some shape or form is always facing a challenge. And watch this, if you're not facing a challenge, you're about to go through one. So you got three types of people. You have the person that's in a battle, that's in a challenge, that's in the storm. Then you have the person that's about to walk into a battle, walk into a challenge, or walk into a storm. And then you have the other person who is coming out of a battle, coming out of a challenge, coming out of a storm. But watch this, the person that's coming out of the challenge, guess what they're about to walk into? A challenge. Because the opposite of expansion is recession. The opposite of recession is expansion. But when I am in a recession and I don't express gratitude for what's happening to me right now and what has already happened, then I can't really access the door for more that we're talking about. See, we're talking about, backtracking your success so you can recreate it, but you recreate it to have more. But if I'm not grateful for what's already happened, if I'm not grateful for the success that I've already created, if I'm not grateful for the grace that's being extended to me right now at this very moment, then I can't access the door for more. I can't access new opportunity. I can't do the things that I really want to do because I haven't really found the gratitude for what's already happening in my life right now. No matter how good it may be, no matter how bad it may be, there's always something to be grateful for. Always. And you gotta just remember all the BS you've been through, all the challenges in this business you've been through, all the stuff you went through last year in this business, and look where you are today, all the stuff you went through 2 years ago in your life, and look where you are right now. Listen, it's something that you can be grateful for. And when you express that gratitude, that begins to open the door, unlock the door for more. And sometimes, family, when we're in a recession, sometimes when things are not going our way, the only thing that we can do is express gratitude. It's the only thing we can do is express gratitude. And obviously work our face off and do what we know we're supposed to do. But at the end of the day, the gratitude is so important. It's so important. So you gotta not only, look at your planner and say, cool, how did I get here? What was I doing? What was my activity like? What was watch this. This just dropped in my spirit. Not only must you backtrack your work, backtrack your success and all of that, and backtrack your gratitude, but you also got to backtrack how are you feeling at the time when you were grinding? What was your feeling like every single day? Like, did you open up the back office and you were scared, or were you excited? Did you open up your trading account and you were like nervous, or were you excited? Like, when things are going great, check how you're feeling. When things are going bad, check how you're feeling. Because the only way to shift what's going on in my life from bad to good is me shifting my feelings and going back to how I was feeling when things were good. So that's why you always got to just, you don't spend too much time looking back. But when you do look back, you say, cool, what can I learn from what I've already been through? I'm not looking back so I can go back. I'm just looking back to learn from what I've already been through, from what I've already experienced. Because if I can pull something from that situation, if I can pull something from that challenge that can apply to my life right now, if I can look back and see, how grateful was I? What was my belief level like when the business was going my way, when the trades were hitting my way? What was my energy like on a day-to-day? Like, what was I feeling like? How excited was I? How often did I talk about my dreams, goals, and aspirations? You know when somebody's in a recession because they no longer talk about the things that they used to talk about. Like, think about that. Do you still talk about your affirmations? Do you still talk about the dreams, the goals, and the things that you really believe that at one point were yours? Remember the call we had, can you see it? How do you see it? Those calls were so strong because it broke down the perspective that's needed to have success and why it's important for you to keep seeing your future success. And this call is more so talking about backtracking what you've already done to take these experiences, those experiences, and duplicate them into now for more people so that you can have more, so that you can go further than where you are today, further than where you once were, further than, I was a platinum 1000 and, now I'm a platinum 600, platinum 150. And if I can just get platinum 1000 back, I'll be cool. I can put my bills on. No, damn that. How about you go platinum 2000? Because you look at what got you to platinum 1000, you say, cool, I'm going to take this experience And I'm just going to help 2 more people have this particular experience. And then I'm going to be grateful for it every single day. I'm going to be excited about it every single day. I'm going to make sure that I'm plugged in to convention and they're plugged in to convention so that we can do more than what we've already done. Because who wants something that they've already had before? Who wants something that they already had before? You know how good something got to be for you to want it if you've already had it? Think about that. Like after you get a Bentley, I don't think you would just get another one. Like see, David, he's already had a couple Bentleys. So I don't think David would just aspire to have another Bentley. He will want something more than the Bentley. And that's why when he traded the first Bentley, he went and got the Rolls. Then he went and got the Rolls truck. And then he went and got the Bentley truck. And then he went and got the Ferrari. He didn't go back to a Bentley GT 2-door. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you don't just always want something that you've already had before, especially when it comes down to this business. I don't want to just get back to Platinum 1000 if I've already been there. How can I help somebody else get there? Because if I can help somebody else get there, I'll go Platinum 2000. But I got to know how I did it because it should be intentional, right? It should be duplicatable. And there was another one that I said too that was rhyming. But you got them in your notes, right? So it should definitely be intentional and it should be duplicatable. Your success. And it has to be planned. So it got to be planned, intentional, and duplicatable. Because if it's planned, intentional, and duplicatable, you can now show other people how to do what you've already done. And if you show them how to do what you've already done, that, my friends, propels you further. That, my friends, opens the door for more. But guess what you got to do? You got to backtrack your feelings and see how excited you were when things were going your way. And let's just say things weren't going your way in this business because you haven't had a long experience in this business. Let's say, in your life, like when things were going right in your life, how were you feeling? What was your energy? What was driving you? Were you inspired every single day or were you tired every single day? You got to know, right, that it's going to be your feeling, your energy, your vibrations that attract to you everything that you're going to have. And the reason why a lot of people don't attract the things that they want is because their thought process, their thinking is off, their perspective is off, but more importantly, family, their feelings are off. And the reason why their feelings are off is because they're looking at the wrong things and they're asking the wrong questions. Listen, the worst thing that you can do, right, is look at somebody else's success and ask yourself this question right here. Man, I wonder what's wrong with me. What am I doing wrong? We've all been guilty of that. If you've been guilty of that, just drop a guilty in the chat box. And let me just be the first one to drop the guilty in the chat box. Let me just drop my guilty in there because I'm guilty, just like I know y'all guilty. Even the person that's too lazy to type guilty in the chat box, guess what? You're guilty too. We're all guilty of asking ourselves that question. And the reason why we're asking ourselves that question is because our perspective is off. And that's why we got to see things in the right way. We could see somebody having success and we'll say, dang, man, what is wrong with me? And you know why that's a bad question? That's a bad question because you're asking that question oftentimes to yourself, right? You're asking that question the majority of the time to yourself. And in your mind, there's a negative dog in there. There's a negative person in your mind. His name is the devil, evil, bad energy, whatever you want to call it. All right, I call him the devil. And as soon as you ask yourself the question, what's wrong with me? Guess what he does? He gives a list of what's wrong with you. Well, you've never done network marketing before. You've never traded before. Nobody in your family has done this before. You really don't have any confidence. Your Instagram really not popping like that. You never made calls before. Whatever. But every time we ask ourselves that question, what's wrong with us, there's going to be a list of things that just began to show up. Why? Because there's something wrong with everybody. See, if you look hard enough, you will find something wrong with everybody if you're looking for it. But watch this. Start asking yourself this question. What's right with me? What's right with me? Because if you ask yourself the question of what's right with me, the God in you will start telling you everything that's right with you. If you look for the bad, you'll find it. If you look for the good, you'll find it too. And that, my friends, is why a lot of people don't create success. Because they look at what other people are doing, and instead of being excited, instead of being inspired, instead of being moved into action, they ask themselves the question of, what's wrong with me? What am I not doing? They've been doing this business for the same amount of time as me, but what am I doing wrong? See, the better questions you ask, the better answers you get. Instead of asking yourself, what am I doing wrong? When you look at somebody else's success, how about you start asking yourself this question? Who must I become to attract the things that God has for me, like they've attracted the thing that God had for them? That's a pretty good question. Who must I become to attract the thing that God has for me, just how they attracted the thing that God had for them? See, I don't want what somebody else has. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't want what you got, because that's for you. But what I do want is what's for me. So who must I become to attract the things that God has for me, just how they attracted the thing that God had for them? That's the question you ask yourself when you look at somebody else that's winning. You don't ask yourself the question of what's wrong with me? What am I not doing? Because the devil's going to give you a list. The bad dog in you is going to give you a list of everything that's wrong with you. Why? Because that, my friend, is the question that you asked. The better questions you ask, the better answers you get. So who must I become to attract the thing that God has for me, just how they attract the thing that God has for you? Because I don't want what they have. I only want what God has for me. Because if I get the thing that I see they have, and that's not what's for me, then I'm going to have a hard time managing the thing that wasn't for me, because it was for them. So you got to be careful about admiring other people's success to the point where you asking yourself, what's wrong with me? Why don't I have what they have? No, that's not the question. That's not the question. And that's why a lot of people's feelings are off, because their perspective is off, because their questions are off. But when you understand the science to success, you understand how you got here, right? You understand how to create success through your words, through the images that you see, and through the emotions that you feel. That is how you create success. See, there's a difference between making something happen and creating it. There's a difference between creating success and making success. There's two completely different things. Like, God created first and then he forms. He created first and then he forms. God created man first and then he formed man. So he created man in the spirit first and then formed the physical body. You create your success mentally first through your words, through the images that you play in your mind, through the images that you see every single day, and through the emotions that you feel. Because every emotion, watch this, every emotion has a vibration. Every time you speak, there's a vibration in your trachea, and that vibration goes out into the world. So whatever you're speaking, whatever you're feeling is sending out a frequency, right? It's sending out a frequency. And whatever frequency you're on is going to be the frequency that's sent right back to you. So that, my friends, is how you create success. But watch this, you create it there spiritually, in the mind. Whatever's loosed in heaven got to be loosed on earth. So I got to create it in my mind first, and then I have to form it by doing the physical work that I know I need to do. So if you're on a call and you're listening, you're saying, well, I haven't created success, so how do I recreate it? Well, now you know how to create it. It's going to be through your words. It's going to be through your images that you see, and it's going to be through the emotions that you feel every single day. And then those emotions have to drive you to show the plan 4 to 6 times a week, knock out three to five three-way phone calls every single day. It's going to drive you to prospect 5 to 10 people every single day. It's going to prompt you to trade and do what you got to do on the charts every single day, right? And then over the course of time, you feeling good, you seeing the right things, you feeling the right way, and you doing the right things. The success is going to be recreated, right, from the spirit world, and it's going to manifest in the physical world for you. And when you know how you did it, you can just keep doing the process. See, that's how I learned how to create success, right? So it doesn't matter what happens. I know that I can do it again and again, because watch this, I can always look back and see that God made it happen for me then. He made it happen for me then. Then he made it happen for me then. And then there was that time I was 15, he made it happen for me then. There was that time I was 21. He made it happen for me then. There was a time I deranked to a platinum 2000. He made it happen for me then. There was a time I deranked back to chairman 10. He made it happen for me then. So all I got to do is remember, and I can be grateful. And I take those feelings of gratitude and I just do the work every single day. Show the plan, prospect, invite. I just sent somebody the video right before the call. So that, my friends, is what needs to be done for you to keep this process of success happening for you time and time and time again. Words, images, emotions. How are you feeling when you were creating success? What was your energy like? What was your work ethic like? Look at your planner from March and then look at your planner in November or October. And that'll let you know, direct, clear example as to how much the work really matters. Remember, a team never plays a game without checking the film. You don't win a championship without backtracking the wins, without backtracking the losses. You got to know what got you here. You got to know what got you in this position. And then you can recreate that success for other people, which will in turn unlock the door for more for you, but you got to be grateful for it before it shows up. Words, images, and emotions. So watch this. 3 customers, $1,000. November 9th, 8 o'clock, got to be sent in. And that's going to start the process for you, right, of recreating success for yourself and other people, because you're going to know, okay, this is what I did over the past 2 weeks to sponsor 3 customers. Now that I know that, I can now teach my 3 how to do what I just did. And if I can just teach them how to do what I did and be grateful for it, I'm going to go platinum 600. Boom. If I teach 2 people how to go platinum 600, I'm going to go platinum 1,000. Too easy. I teach 2 people how to go platinum 1,000, I'm going to go platinum 2,000. I teach 2 people how to go platinum 2,000, I'm going to go platinum 5,000. I teach 2 people how to go platinum 5,000, I'm a chairman. But if you don't know how you did it, you can't help anybody else do it. And it starts with you, my friends, just knocking out your first 3 or knocking out another 3 and then teaching them the process. All right. So if you got some value from the call tonight, drop some fire in the chat box if you got value from the call tonight, because here's the deal, family. You got to know how you do it. You should be very scared if you hit a rank, but you don't know how you did it. You should be nervous. You should be nervous if you catch 100 pips, but you don't know what support and resistance was you used. You don't know if you needed Fibonacci. You don't know nothing. You should be nervous. Why? Because you're not going to be able to create it again. But if you know how you did it, guess what that gives you? That gives you confidence that you can do it anytime you want. You know how grateful I am to know that I can build this business any day, any time with any person, because I understand how I got here. It's been 4 years of me doing the same activity for 4 years. So now just teach people. Oh, you know what? I want to teach some more people. So watch this. If you're on a call and you've never worked with me before and you would like to work with me, send me an Instagram message, send me a Telegram message, and I'm going to personally help you get your 3 customers. Like, for real. Just send me a message and say, I want to be, I'm platinum 150. I want to win 1,000. Just let me know something. Just, you can send me an emoji. Let me know you're here. And I'm going to personally work with you to help you get it done. And when you watch me take you through this process, watch this, you now know how to take somebody else through the process. So let's have an amazing week. I'll see you guys at the bank. God bless.